What is up, my friends? The weekend has started and you are very welcome along to Friday evening's Anfield Agenda news roundup, as well as taking you through what Liverpool may do in the January transfer window. We're going to talk about Arne Slot's pre-Aston Villa press conference. We'll have some words from Steve Parish on why the deal for Mark Guehi fell through. Spoiler alert, I don't believe it. We'll give you a few other bits and pieces as well that we hope prepare you for, well, this weekend's massive game against Aston Villa. We will be live tomorrow from 6:45pm. It is an 8pm kickoff, so fingers crossed the Reds can get the result. And again, we've got a massive game then on Tuesday against Real Madrid. As always, folks, we do want to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comment section. Drop a like on this video if you enjoy it. And eagle-eyed viewers amongst you may notice something. This is the first video I think I've ever done on a channel where my sleeves aren't rolled up. The reason for that, this hoodie won't allow the sleeves to get all the way rolled up. So just in case some eagle-eyed viewers are like, hang on, why isn't Craig got his sleeves rolled up? I wanted to see if I could get through it. One video without the sleeves up and then maybe we progress from there. It's a bit weird, I know, but it's an autism thing. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get stuck into it. We're going to start off with a link for Liverpool with a Feyenoord player, and it is Anis Hadj Moussa. Now look, for me personally, some of the links I'm going to talk about today I don't think are good enough to come to Liverpool, and Moussa would be one of those players for me. Africa Foot claims that there's a very real interest in Anis Hadj Moussa from Liverpool. The Feyenoord star, they say, is starting to look like a top talent at just 23 and could be ready to make the leap to an elite club. He joined Feyenoord in 2024, bagged 8 goals and 3 assists across his debut campaign. This season, however, he's well on course to beat those figures. He's already scored 4 times in the Eredivisie. Look, for me, no thank you. I don't want more players coming in from the Eredivisie either, because it is a big leap up to make, and it's a roll of the dice whether they step up and succeed or not. Aston Villa, let's talk about them. Not the game coming up the weekend, but more the Harvey Elliott side of this. Aston Villa's obligation to sign Harvey Elliott permanently for £35 million will only be triggered if he makes a certain amount of appearances for the club, write the Mail Sport. Now, we believe that that's 10 appearances, but what I can tell you is if that's 10 starts or 10 appearances. I don't know the answer to that one. They go on to say that he was left out of the Villa squad last weekend and hasn't made a substitute appearance in the Premier League since September. If he remains out of Unai Emery's plans and returns to Liverpool next summer, plenty of clubs would be interested in bidding, and there's also reports that clubs over in Germany are still keeping tabs on Harvey Elliott. Do let me know your thoughts on that one, because the whole plan of this was for Harvey to go get minutes, play football and show what he can do, and clearly he's not been able to do that. Another link to Liverpool, this from a former Newcastle player now playing his trade at Brighton. Liverpool, according to Transfer News Live anyway, know that a long-term replacement for Mohamed Salah could be Yankuba Minteh as an option from Brighton. Now look, you're going to hear the number, because the number for Brighton seem to have is only one number, and it's always about £100 million. That is apparently what it would take to sign Yankuba Minteh from Brighton, and I just don't see that he is a £100 million player. I really do not. But I know there are a lot of people who do rate him. I just think the numbers are getting insane here, folks. If we're going to go out and bring in somebody for about that level of money as a Mohamed Salah replacement, Michael Olise would make far more sense, if indeed you could tempt him into that move. But for now, let's just focus on getting results and go from there. They do say Minteh's progress will be monitored closely from now until the end of the season. But again, 100 million seems like a bit of a piss take. Steve Parish has been talking about why he didn't sell Mark Guehi to Liverpool, and I think he just contradicted what actually happened here. Let me read out what he's had to say, and then I'll tell you why I don't believe it. Well, we did quite an analytical look at it in terms of what do we think Mark's worth in terms of places in the Premier League. Obviously, what it does to do to that mentality, that psyche, that belief system, all of those indefinables. And you know what? What's the upside and what's the downside? It was a very marginal call. Mark was great about it as a person. They'd made an offer. It was Liverpool. It was a massive club. He was obviously interested in going, but he was fine about staying. If that was the decision we make, obviously it means that all of the ball is in his court tremendously as a player, and he's got the choice to do whatever he wants. It was a very difficult one, but I'm definitely feeling it was the right one. So we needed to keep Mark because of the difference between having a stellar season and having a relegation threatened season in us winning 5 games or not. Goes on to say then, the margins in the Premier League are very tight, and you have to remember that Michael Olise has gone, we're okay. Eberechi Eze has gone, we're okay. Wilfried went, we're okay. So why was he doing a medical, Steve? If it was such a fine call and you were running all the data, one, why were you with a fitness club at a class and then letting him do a medical? Doesn't really feel like it was an analytical based decision, more your manager in your ear crying about it and you bolted. That's what I think about it anyway, but do let me know your thoughts on it. Again, I think he's just contradicting himself there, because we know Mark Guehi had his medical, was with the Liverpool medical team, and then, well, the manager pulled the plug, or the owner pulled the plug. Right, Liverpool have also welcomed Trimble Corp News as the club's official global partner. We have agreed a multi-year global partnership with Trimble, a global technology company that will authentically integrate into the club's infrastructure and operations. Okay, thanks. Another commercial partner. Brilliant stuff. Hopefully, a few more quid into the coffers, and if they add value to the club in a non-financial success or a sense as well, happy days. Pep Guardiola, he's been asked about Arne Slot's comments about Manchester City squad, and actually really enjoy what he had to say. He said to the journalist, "You will not have my headline in the Daily Mail. I'm sorry, you will not have it." And he's right, because they're just looking for that quote, aren't they? And fair play to him. Right, I want to talk about the title, the headline of this video as well. What I mean is, it's time to change everything. It's time to change this losing culture we have. It's time to change the formation. It's time to change the attitude. It's time to change a lot. And that's what I'm getting at with this video. Arne has to go out there this weekend and just ignore reputations and just go at what is happening in front of his face, who was performing, who was underperforming, and there might be some difficult decisions to make. We do know, as an example, Curtis Jones is ruled out of the game, Isak most likely ruled out of the game, he said 99.9%, Frimpong is ruled out, and Alisson is ruled out. Good news, Ryan Gravenberch has trained and should be available for selection, but no more excuses, Arne. He's already got some of them in pre-season, he's already got some of them in now every post-match interview he does, and in his pre-Villa press conference, he started talking again about long balls and all this stuff. No more, Arne. The time to change is now. Look inwardly, accept the failures, make the tough calls, and get us back to winning ways, because if we don't, it's going to be a very, very long season. Now, there is some good news on the horizon. Once we get through these very difficult fixtures, Aston Villa, Real Madrid, Manchester City, we've an international break, and after that, it starts to look a little bit more favourable in terms of the games that Liverpool have coming up. It's the Premier League, there's no such thing as an easy game, but there are fixtures there that you would think will build some confidence for the lads as we look to get right back up that league table. Hopefully, we don't finish this weekend behind United in the league table again, because that really is not sitting right with a lot of us, but also, no more excuses. It is time to step up, Arne. It is time to step up, Virgil. It is time to just go out there and do what it needs to do to get that job, to get that victory, to get that win, and to get us back up that league table. Aston Villa are coming in good form. We know that they've beaten Spurs away. They went and beat Manchester City. We don't want them to come in and beat us at Anfield. We cannot keep this rock going. Got to get the win. So, ladies and gents, I'll see you tonight, 8:45 for the late night agenda. I want to take one quick second to say a massive shout out to my missus. We are today together 25 years. I know you're looking at me going, Craig, hang on a minute, you're only 32, fella. How are you together 25 years? But truthfully, we are 25 years this Halloween. And honestly, on my journey through life, I wouldn't be here without that woman. So I want to say a very quick thank you to my wife for standing by me all the way through. I love her to bits. And of course, I love you guys as well. Much love. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.